Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, or if you can't tell by the title of the video, we are reviewing Milk Makeup's Flex Foundation Stick. It looks like this. They also came out with 8 new highlighters, and I'm not gonna really review these, but I'll make sure to show you guys how these look on my skin and give you guys some swatches. But you guys already know, before I start the video or the tutorial, I like to give you guys information about the product, so we'll get right into that. All right, you guys, so what this foundation claims is that it's buildable, medium coverage, a natural finish foundation, covers, calms, and flexes without creasing or caking. It retails for $36. It comes in 36 shades. It has 10 grams and 0.35 ounces. Now, I noticed that with foundation sticks, a lot of the times foundation sticks tend to have less product than liquid, so I just want to throw that out there. The shelf life is 18 months, and it also says Flex is formulated with marshmallow root extract to flex seamlessly with your face, blue lotus to moisturize, and chamomile to help calm the skin. Now, this foundation is silicone free, cruelty free, paraben free, vegan, fragrance free, gluten free, talc free, alcohol free, soy free, sulfates free, and the last one I have no idea what it says, so I don't know how to pronounce it. I'll just put it up here. It is available at Milk Makeup, Sephora, Cult Beauty, and in Sephora stores all right now. Now, they did send me 8 shades. I'll make sure to put some swatches up here so you guys can see them. Then you have the Flex highlighters, which the net weight is 0.22 ounces, 6.24 grams, and the shelf life is 24 months, and these retail for $28. They sent me all 8 of them, and what this claims is that it's a silky pearl and gemstone packed pressed highlighter, glides on smooth without creasing or caking for a next level glow, and this is supposed to be talc free. So I'll make sure to have some swatches of all 8 highlighters up here. I forgot to mention they did send me their Flex concealer, but this isn't new, so I won't be reviewing that, and some of their mini Milk Hydro Grip primer, which I highly recommend. Now that you guys have all that information, we can get into the tutorial. Okay guys, so out of all the foundations, actually none of them match me. I think the closest one might be Shell. All of them have either a really pink tone, or they're just too dark for me. So I think I'm just gonna take Shell, which is the closest that I'm going to be. So let me prime my face. I'm actually gonna use the Milk Hydro primer because why not? This is a Milk makeup video. I'm gonna prime my face with it. I really like Milk Makeup's Hydro Grip primer because it's very moisturizing. So if you have dry skin, it can really help your skin not look so dry. But even if you're oily and you just want a really nice glow, you can use this beneath your base, and it's just really good. I wouldn't say that it fills in your pores because I have really big pores and I don't really feel like it fills them in. I just think it really grips onto your foundation really well. I'm gonna take Shell, and it looks like this, and I'm gonna start swatching it on the side of my face. Now, I will say that the one thing I don't like about foundation sticks is that they could spread bacteria on your skin. So one way to prevent that is wipe off with a towel so you can get the top layer off. I used to spray alcohol on it, but somebody told me that doesn't work. I don't know how that would not work because alcohol kills bacteria, but I don't know. I started just doing it with a towel and it worked. I'm just gonna put this all over my skin. Now, I will say that this does have a faint smell. It's not bad, but it smells like makeup. I just don't know how to describe the scent, but it has a tiny scent. Not too bad. All right, you guys, I think that's enough. I think that's more than the pump. I do feel like this shade is lighter than my skin tone, but we're just gonna have to work with what we have, and hopefully it goes on. Now, the one thing that I will say about foundation sticks, sometimes they're so hard to blend out, and I think it's because they're not in a liquid form, they're more in a cream form. I really like the Makeup Forever foundation stick, that one. Yeah, it's a foundation stick, but it's so creamy. There's some foundation sticks that are not creamy and they have a harder time blending out. I'm not having a hard time blending this out, but I know that it's gonna take more work than the Makeup Forever foundation stick. I can definitely already notice that, and it looks like it is blending out really nicely. Let me get close to my mirror. Yeah, yeah, it looks like it's really blending out nicely. But I do have to take my time to blend this out. Like I said, like the Makeup Forever one, that one is so creamy. I have like no trouble blending that one out. I forgot to mention my skin type, which is dry and acne prone. I still get a lot of little pimples down here, and I have a lot of texture from my scars. I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender, and I'm going to just blend or push it into my skin. Yeah, I think the only thing I would say is that this does take a bit of time. It's not as creamy as I wanted it to be. I'm gonna pick up the stick so I can see how much more coverage I can get out of this, and just go around the areas that I want to cover up, like the corners of my nose, and see what coverage this gets me. My nose tends to get really red, so we'll just cover that. Actually, it covered up really nicely. I am noticing that I look a bit dry. We'll keep going. We'll see how it works throughout the day. All right, I think that's a pretty good layer that I have on my face. I will say, oh my gosh, is there never not one day that we just don't have sirens? I will say that I feel like I look a tiny bit dry. I definitely feel like I have a layer of something on my face. I do want to see how it works throughout the whole day. I'm going to conceal my under eyes using Prim by Milk Makeup. This is one of their concealers. And then I'll come back and we'll try some of the highlighters. Alright, you guys, so I did not notice that the highlighters that I got for Milk, they're actually doubles, so they didn't come out with 8. It's actually, they came out with 4. My bad. So the shades are Ice, Blitzed, Lit, and Glazed, and I think I'm gonna take Iced. It looks like this. It has like a kind of like a goldish yellowish undertone. I spritz my face just a little bit so you can intensify the highlight, and this is how it looks. I hate that sometimes like my camera, like it doesn't pick up on the color of the highlight, but it's very pretty. It gives off like this gold yellowish tint to it, or feel to it, so it looks really nice. I like it, and they feel very soft. They have kind of like a powdery consistence, so if you pick it up, it's kind of dusty, not a lot. And I think it's because the formula is so thin and soft. So I think that's enough highlight. I'm gonna put some on my Cupid's bow. So currently it's 12:47. You guys already know I'll come back and check with you guys throughout the day. But so far, the foundation does kind of feel like it dried down. I will say now that it's settled into my skin, it looks really nice. I still feel like I look a little bit dry. But then you guys have to take into account that I do have dry skin. This is how the foundation looks. I do feel like it does have that natural finish that it's claiming, because it doesn't feel too matte, but it doesn't feel too hydrating, if that makes sense. It's definitely in the middle. And then as far as the shade match, I do feel like I wish I had a darker one, because my face definitely looks lighter than my chest, and I always like to match myself to my chest because everything just flows. But we gotta do what we gotta do for this video. Also, I set just my under eye, my T-zone area. You guys know I like to leave this portion of the face alone. That way you guys can see how the foundation wears. But yeah, you guys, I'll come back in a few to update you guys on how the foundation is holding up. I gotta make sure there's no underwears behind me, because last time my mom's underwears were behind me and I really had to go in there and blur them out, because then she would be mad at me. Alright, you guys, so it's currently about to be 4. It's 3:55 right now, so it's basically been 3 hours since I've had the foundation on. I'm gonna zoom you guys in, and also I am outside so you guys can like really take a look at the foundation. My lighting, like it's really weird. It turns me yellow, then pink and blue. It's all over the place. I'm sorry. So let me zoom you guys in. All right, you guys, so here is my face. It's really windy outside, so I'm very sorry. I'm trying to be like louder than the wind. But here's my forehead and my T-zone area. It's a little oily. And then my mouth area, let me move my hair. I've noticed that this is going to be a reoccurring problem with my mouth area, where my mouth area tends to always break up with every foundation that I wear. But it's holding up pretty well. If you guys see my cheek areas, it looks really nice. It's definitely a natural finishing foundation. It's not too hydrating and it's not too matte. It's definitely in the middle. I really like how it's holding up for it being 3 hours. So yeah, you guys, I will make sure to keep you guys updated in a few hours. Hey you guys, so it's about 6:30 right now. I like to come outside during this time so you guys can see how the foundation is holding up during golden hour. So it's been about 2 hours and 30 minutes since the last checkup, and I'm going to zoom you guys in so you guys can see my face. Okay, so you can clearly see that my T-zone is extremely oily, as well as my chin and my cheek area. But so far the foundation is holding up pretty well, I would say. It just looks very oily now. I still kind of like the way it looks though, because I kind of rather look oily than look really dry. And again, you guys, throughout like these videos, like these acne versus foundation videos, I tend not to blot so you guys can see how the foundation actually holds up without me having to blot throughout the day, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is the second checkup. I will come back later on for the final checkup. I cannot talk, I am so sorry. Okay, bye. All right, you guys, so it's currently 9:15. I am completely done with this foundation, and we are at the end of the road. I'm so ready to take this off. If you guys hear my dad in the background, you guys already know the man is very loud. It's impossible to just shut him up. Like, this is his household. Like, I don't pay rent, you know? So I'm gonna show you guys the close-up of my face. So around my mouth area, and actually around this whole entire area right here, the foundation has started to separate it. For it being on this long, it actually like did pretty well, I would say. On my forehead, it has also broken up. Like if you zoom in and if you could see, it's definitely like just like, I don't know, it's like separated. I am a bit oily. I started getting oily since the last update, which is okay. Again, I would rather be oily than dry. Also, again, I did not have my correct shade, so my face definitely looks lighter than my body. Oh my gosh, my bra in all of my videos is always showing. I'm sorry. The cheek areas actually look really nice. I do like how it held up and it made like the foundation really feels like a second skin. So I'm going to switch to my Canon camera and I will give you guys my final thoughts on this foundation. Alright guys, so my final thoughts on this foundation is that I do rate it a 9 out of 10 only because I feel like the whole claim of it being a natural finishing foundation, that's true. If you see around like my cheek areas, it does give you like a second skin. It doesn't seem like it's like a layer on top. Like in the beginning of my video, I did say that I felt like a layer on top of my face, but like it sets in throughout the day and it felt really good on the skin. I will say that this foundation has separated more than a lot of the other foundations that I have reviewed. If you guys can see in my nose area, and I forgot to mention it in my previous checkups, is that it had already like came off. But I will say that my nose area is the most annoying area for foundation to like stick on, and I think it's just because my nose area has always been very dry, so it could just be that. But this foundation has definitely separated on me a lot more than other foundations, like as I said. I did receive the wrong shade as well. It's not Milk Makeup's fault, it just is what it is. My shade is way lighter than my chest. You guys already know I like to match myself to my chest, and as you guys saw, I did progressively get oily throughout the day, but to me it's not that bad, just because I feel like, you know, I'm dry. I don't want to look too dry, so I don't mind looking a bit oily. You guys did see that I did have a bit of trouble blending it out because it is a cream and it did have a faint smell. But regardless of all that, for it being on my face for almost 9 to 10 hours, it held up pretty well. So I will definitely give it that. And it does look like a pretty natural foundation. I will make sure to add the ingredients into the description down below because I forgot to mention that. I will also put all of the information in the description down below. So yeah, you guys, I don't think I have anything else to say. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.